Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stocks Never Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner's Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Hey guys, welcome everyone. Good evening. Thanks everyone for joining. We're gonna get started in a couple minutes. Just setting up my charts and the YouTube, and we're gonna get started 1-2 minutes. Okay, guys. We're gonna go till about 8:30, and we're gonna walk through the Tokyo session, futures market open. We'll be focusing on gold, and let's have a good session, guys. Second session of the day, and let's trade with proper risk management, and let's see how the markets open up.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Recording in progress.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Stock Sniper Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. This is session number 2 today. We did a live New York session. It was a roller coaster ride with Donald Trump tweeting all morning, and it was chaotic morning. And now we're coming back in for our second session for our live Tokyo / futures session. We're going to go till about 8:30 for a good 2 hours. And we're going to do a top-down analysis on gold. And it's the candles, the volume are massive moves, guys. What once was used to be a 5-minute 20 pip candle is now a 5-minute 200 pip candle. So times have changed, volume has changed. Goals can be hit quicker, but also losses can be compounded and become bigger. So across the board, let's all trade with proper risk management, and we're going to look for some setups and see how the markets open. Okay, guys? So I just want to thank you guys for coming back. It is almost 6:30 p.m. Eastern. It is Monday, March 23, and we're going to get started. So I just want to just go over quickly. If you guys were on the morning session with us this morning, you guys remember we started the call at 7 a.m. and as soon as 2 minutes in, it was this huge, massive candle. This is when Donald Trump started, and Iran, we had remarks, everything, and we were trading off of this and massive moves at that time. My first trade was a buy, ended up moving 60 pips, and then I wanted obviously more with the volume, and then it came back and hit my stop loss. Second trade of the session, I took a sell. It ended up moving 160 pips, and then I was looking at the average volume of the candles, and I was looking for a bigger move. My mistake was I did not take my stop loss to break even, and I ended up getting stopped out of that trade as well. Then finally, my third final trade of that session was a sell right here, where I ended up picking up 350 pips, and I made up for my 2 losses and basically broke even that session. However, one thing I want to talk about is the importance of what we're going to do is a top-down analysis, putting signals and alerts at specific higher time frame areas. And we finished the call around 10. Then I went into reading the blog about the fixed mindset and growth mindset. If you guys never caught that, catch the end of today's early morning session, the last 15 minutes, where I was reading the blog about mindset, guys. Some of us need to maybe just continue to learn and improve our mindset in trading, and that will really help you. But one thing that I did, we finished the call right over here, like around 10:15, 10:30. I placed an alert at this yellow line. I placed an alert at this yellow line and an alert at this yellow line. And you see, guys, I told you guys I was going for breakfast. I went to the gym, and when I came back, this candle at 11:15 gave me an alert when it broke right there. I did not buy or sell blindly. I waited. I waited for that candle to close. I saw what it did. It came up and then went back down. It came up. There was a clue. See that candle body? Guys, this is what I really want to teach you guys, is the candle body with the high wick. You see how this candle opened bearish ignited and it did not break that wick? That's a clue. That's a big bearish body candle closing below. Then it continued to push down. So when this gave me that alert, I waited. I saw the candle came down, closed there. Zone green to red, right? And continue to stretch it into the future. I saw right here, it came back in, did not break, came into the red zone and hung around here right inside, and then ended up coming back down and closing. This was a candle at 11:30, guys. I took this sell, okay? I know half of you guys probably will not believe me, but this is the ideal setup I look for on a daily basis. It came in here, point of control, came back down. This was a blue candle, came right back in there, rejected down. I hit the sell button here. I had my stop loss above this wick right here and started to move down. And naturally, I got the move that I was looking for, the big flush. Ignited candle, short wicks, drop. Bring your line, cut it down. As it came up, shallow pullback, short wick, continue dropping. Right here is where I scaled out 80% down at this yellow line, and I left a 20% runner while I was watching it. The runner continued to close below with the volume, came up and continued push down, and then I closed my entire trade down into here. So I ended up with that roller coaster of a day. I ended up in a profitable day just by waiting patiently. So if you guys ever miss out on moves, make sure you highlight key critical points of interest, what we're going to do, points of control, add some alerts, and be patient and disciplined. You're going to make mistakes, but the mistakes can be made up at a later time in the day, okay? So that's what we're going to learn together. And I hope I can relay it to you guys. Bar by bar, candle by candle. I trade with you guys. I tell you guys verbally where I go in, whether it's a buy, whether it's a sell. You guys know my psychology going into the trade prior, because I break things down. While I'm in the trade, I'm breaking it down. You guys know where I buy, where I place my stop loss, everything. But all I can ask for you guys is to please manage your risk while we're trading, okay? And my risk is completely different than your risk, and everyone has their own individual risk, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to break down gold, okay? We're going to start off with a top down, daily, hourly, bring it down to the 5 minutes. And but just some news real quick. Do we have any news our session? So right here, 6 p.m., we have some Australian news. 7:30, we got some Japanese news, all low impact. I don't think that this is going to really affect us. So again, we don't have any high impact news, but Mr. Trump can tweet at any time. So we know when he's tweeting, it can be very serious and very volatile, okay? So that's why I have it on Financial Juice. If anything remarks, if any breaking news come in, we will be on top of it, okay? And some news around the world. Trump suggests the Strait of Hormuz may stay closed during peace talks with Iran in coming days. International shippers have largely been unable to operate in the area for the last 3 weeks as the war went on. Bitcoin climbs as Trump grants 5 days for Iran negotiations. What else we got going? Guys, there was an unfortunate accident in LaGuardia in New York. An Air Canada plane was landing, and there was some miscommunication, I guess, with the tower, and there was a fire truck that was driving right on the runway, and this plane hit that fire engine. The pilot and the co-pilot passed away, and I think 40 people are injured in hospital, but that's an unfortunate accident, guys. You know, we travel all the time in planes, so this is really unfortunate, but there was a miscommunication with the tower, and not sure why there was a fire truck driving on the runway when planes are landing every couple minutes. So that was in the news, guys, just in New York here. And gold pairs dramatic losses as Trump backs off of the Iran threat today. And what else we got going on in the news? This is what we got going on. Okay. And Discord, guys, we did end up sending a couple signals after the call. You can see we had sells on NASDAQ. So what we were looking for is, again, break of this trend line, continue to push down. It's basically like a M top, the high of the day, then a double top there, equal highs, and continue to push down. We were looking for sells on NASDAQ below here, 24,312, and it ended up pushing down for approximately 200 pip drop down in there. And then also, guys, with the commodities, with gold, after the call, we got some sells on gold as well. Okay, so we were looking for those highs and continue to push down. Those were shorts that were added onto the original sell entry just after 10 a.m. when we wrapped up the call. So guys, we do offer trade setups, trade signals throughout the day, and there is a way how to follow them. Obviously, you don't just buy blindly or sell blindly. You do what we actually teach live, where we look for volume. Is it an impulse? Is the volume closing below? Is it coming back up? Is it a low wick with a bearish ignited candle? Things that we recognize. Okay, so if you need trade ideas, trade setups, we do offer these to our members in the community. If you just want signals alone, there's that for you as well. There's a free Telegram channel pinned at the top for everybody. Thank you guys, over 100 viewers already. I do appreciate you guys. Here's the live links to all of our sessions. You'll see after this call, I'll post an upcoming link for tomorrow. We're doing New York Post, 11 a.m. Eastern, and the link will be there. Here's the mindset blog that we were talking about at the end of the call. Guys, it's really important. Mindset is everything, psychology and trading. Once you master your mindset in trading, you can master your trading. You ask any trader that is profitable, anybody, and I guarantee you they have done something with their psychology and mindset in the markets. I can pretty much guarantee you that, because all successful traders do have to have the correct psychology, whether you're trading, investing, whatever it is. If you're in the financial markets, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a mortgage broker, whatever it is, you have to have the right mindset in the finance industry. Okay, guys? So what we also offer in this Telegram are before and afters of the trade setups. We show you how they come, how we take them, and things like that. Thank you guys to the 94K subs. We do appreciate it, and this is a free Telegram channel pinned at the top for everybody. Our website right over here, guys. If you want to join the team, 50% off all plans, 3-month, 1 yearly, and lifetimes. Just use this code SST, pay it forward, and you can take advantage of 50% off. Lots of education. If you need education, we have a whole library here. Tons of stuff. We add fresh stuff. Right now, I'm working on the psychology and mindset webinars right over here. So we just added our 5th one on Friday, is this one, setting realistic expectations. And for this week, we are moving on to creating and sticking to a trading plan, okay? Because when you stick to a plan every single day, you have a daily routine, your trading will become that much better. And our live sessions all week. Dave is tomorrow morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m., COMEX and Wall Street. And then I will be coming in this week post after Dave at 11 a.m. So we'll go from 11 till 1 or 2, post New York sessions, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then back on Friday for an early New York session. And then your mindset webinar will be uploaded to the website for everyone on Friday. Okay, guys? And free blogs available to everybody on our blog section. And this was the last one we did, the growth mindset in trading. I highly recommend everyone reads this. It will take you 5 minutes to read it, but I want to move everyone from a fixed mindset over to a growth mindset, okay? That's my goal here. And guys, if you guys can, new here, subscribe to the channel, help us out, grow here, like the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, guys? Thanks everyone for joining. Welcome everyone on Zoom. Good evening, Justin. Thank you for joining, brother. I saw you catch a shit ton of pips, Justin. Man, congrats, bro. Congrats. Just keep focused, stay disciplined, compound those pips, and watch that snowball continue just to grow and grow and grow. Okay, you're gonna take losses along the way, Justin, but just small losses and look for those bigger setups and continue to compound that. So, Conrad, welcome. Denny, thank you. No, you don't want to see me live stream watching Albania versus Poland this week. That's where you'll probably see me smashing a computer. So that's where I don't have proper psychology and mindset. You don't want to watch me watching sports, guys, okay? It's funny. If you ever watch a sports game with me, believe me, I will entertain you guys. But yeah, it's a big game. Albania versus Poland. This is the World Cup qualifying. The 30, I think it's Thursday at 3:45 due to the European time. But yeah, it's a big game. Yeah, today was crazy. Sergio, welcome. Christoph, welcome. Thanks, guys. Welcome, guys. Everyone, welcome. And YouTube, thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys as well. You are YouTube snipers. Juicer, welcome. Norman, thank you. I appreciate you. Edith, you're excited. We're excited that you're here. Norman, you're a big fan of us. I'm a big fan of you guys as well. So thank you, guys. Kittens, yes, this is our second session today. So sometimes we do some crazy things here at SST. And Norman, I appreciate you. I'm not the best on YouTube, believe me. There's better traders and analysis and things like that. I just do what I can. That's it. I'm just here to do what I can. I'm not trying to be the best here. I'm just trying to really help you guys with your trading and help you guys improve. You know, I admit I got some areas of improvement I need to do myself, but that's what we do. We work together. We're a team here. But we all learn together. So that's one good thing about us. Okay, guys? And I respect everyone putting in the work. Believe me, I know how much effort and dedication and sacrifice trading takes. And I see right now, like Benit, it's 4 a.m. here in India and you're still here for the session. That's what I mean, guys. That's the dedication. You know, you're not going to find any other people that are this dedicated to learn a skill at 4 a.m. when you should be sleeping. So I hope to God that you can understand what we're doing here. I'm going to try and do a top down. This is where I want you guys to pay attention because during the New York sessions, things are very, very fast. If you were on today's call, this morning was very extremely fast. Okay. So I take my time when I do a top down analysis. This is why I like to do these Tokyo sessions so we can learn at a slower pace because the market is not as crazy. It is still wild, but not as crazy. So when you learn these skills, you can apply these to any security, just the same routine, okay? And you can trade off of these levels. So when we're looking for high probable setups as traders, that's what we're looking for. We need to identify these areas, okay? So I'm on gold, guys. You can see I have now a clean chart. I have no indicators. I have nothing on my chart. This is where I'm going to do a top down. So this is where, guys, if you want to learn how I do this, this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to go to the daily, okay? So if we can all follow me, go to your daily on your chart. Whether you're trading Forex, XAUUSD, or you're in the futures and you're on a GC chart, okay? We're looking at price action, okay? And should look very similar chart-wise, okay? So you see, guys, what I see. This is how we're moving on a daily. We are in a deep downtrend coming down off of the second high, off of the all-time high, okay? I know that's a mouthful of what I just said, but I'll make this make sense, okay? So first thing is, I always tell, if I was teaching someone for the first time I've ever met you, we shake hands, I say, hello, my name is Ron, Benit, you're Benit, okay? We shake hands, nice to meet you. Now, Benit, I'm picking on you because it's 4 a.m. I wanna keep you engaged, okay? So please, stay up with me because I'm going to be asking you questions now. So Benit from India, I know it's 4 a.m. So wake up now because I know you're half asleep. If I asked you to point out some obvious points of interest, okay? This goes for everyone across the board. The most obvious, perfect, Benit is with us, so he's gonna learn. And I'm picking on him because it's 4 a.m. I want this man to learn because he's dedicated. He's here when we should all be sleeping. First thing, Benit, is I look at the highest point on the daily. So I know it's a high time frame, right? And ultimately, we trade gold every single day. So what we should know is that this is the all-time high, Okay, and then we look at the day, January 29, end of January, going into the new month of February, you can see we hit all-time high. Gold was just at a nice psychological level of 5,600. Now, Benit, when we're learning to how to make a zone below here, how do we do it? Okay, so I use that purple line as a point of interest or a fixed line where I mark locations off of. So what I do is I drag now this box down to the bodies. You see how I have a body close, a body open right there, and a body close right there. So right there, guys, you see, I just located a point of interest. In this situation, it's the all-time high and a zone. Now, let's stretch it into the future because we want to do forward-looking forecast, right? If price action, if we know how it trades in the past, it tells us a story, it tells us where it is in the present, and with high probability, we can predict where it's going to move in the future, okay? So what we do is we drag it into the future, okay? And then you see now, this is clearly an example where we came up there, it came down here, stopped, we found some support, it came back up, and then you see it came back right in that red zone, and those sellers who sold the all-time high were there offering lower and made a lower high, and therefore continued with the downtrend, and there you go. There's our second leg coming down, the M pattern, and we are still pushing down, okay? So are we going to recover and is it going to come back up? If it ever comes back up there, Benit, that could be a triple top, right? If it's coming up with more momentum and we break and we close, we got a new all-time high, it could just come in there and go right back down, okay? But that's for the future. We are nowhere near this level, so now I can start to see they're bringing lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower high, lower high, and the lower lows are corresponding. So we are in a downtrend right now. But overall, gold is in an uptrend. If we look on the monthly, it's still coming up, okay? So that is one location, easy, obvious, okay? Now let's find same thing, opposite. So we found a red box, let's try and find a green box. So what I do is, off of the zone that I just analyzed, I follow the black volume, come all the way down, came up, closed right there, continue, come down, and then it stopped right there. So that wick right there on my birthday, February 2nd, that's when gold made that low right there, okay? So what I do is I switch now to make, this all-time high should be an orange line for Donald Trump's makeup on his face, and this is a daily point of interest. So any yellow lines now, I get this question a lot when I go on the 5 minutes. Everyone says, Ron, where did you get this yellow line from? Here's where these yellow lines come from, okay? So it came down there and the market stopped and pushed right back up, okay? So you see how it came back up at that location. Now, if I'm looking at something, I can use this yellow line as a point of interest or something to mark a zone off of. And then what I look is just right below the zone, you see right there, that was a prior resistance and that was a prior all-time high in October for gold when we came up to just under 4,400 and then it pushed back down. So if I stretch this zone like I do into the future, I can see again right over here, those daily candles came in, we're just trading in here, higher lows off the bottom, so it is still building. Then you see where that big blue candle broke out and held. So when it breaks out, first thing I do is flip the zone, the corresponding color, showcase buyers, and stretch it into the future. So there's where it came back for the pullback and held in that green zone, continued to build up. Look how many times it retested, and then that's when it took off to the all-time high. Now, I stretch that green zone into the future. You see that big pullback came right at the top of the green zone and continued to take off to the bottom of that red zone, back down. Now, if I stretch this, look we're trading in it right now. And then I can start to see that today's daily volume, look, continued black, 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 broke that impulsively, maybe swept all those orders, came back up and look, closed right again at that yellow line, right on top. So if we build today, we could have a bullish candle daily building to come back up. However, if it just hangs around here, we could continue come down bearish and start filling that wick. So what we have to do now is start to identify some other points of interest. So let's just follow this. Now look at the easy levels, okay? So you see when it came up like this, look at where it closed. Look at the next bar, bullish ignited, opened right up there, came up, and then look at the retest, exactly right there. So that's a location to draw a line, okay? So let's draw a line right there. Yellow, make it yellow to correspond with all the daily, right? And then I look at the number 4655, 4650. It's a nice psychological number. So psychology adds up with the location. And you can see that this line was support until we made another higher low, another higher low. There was another point of interest, if we're continuing forward looking up here, was right up here where we came in. See the wick, push back down. We got a wick, a body close back down. There was our first bullish candle that closed above with no wick. That was a nice advancement candle. Continue, bullish ignited, continue push up. And then you see when we came back down, black, black, black. Look how naturally this resistance with the volume above, now this yellow line turned to support, right? So support, 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 black volume closed below. Now we started this downtrend, okay? So now what I like to do is just find some fresh analysis off of the previous day bar. In this situation, right now, it's the candle we traded this morning, but this is now the new opening candle. So let's just follow it. We had an open, close, and an open. That's a point of interest just on our individual bars right there. Look at the number. Where we closed on Friday, where we opened yesterday, well, earlier today, was 4,500 on the dot. It originally came up, and then we really pushed down. Okay, so it was really bearish day. And then at 7:03 a.m. Eastern, it looked like it was going to be a very bearish day in the markets. However, Mr. Donald Trump came in and saved the markets from dumping. That's what he does, okay? And look at any times, you know, in April when he announced tariffs and shit like that, but you can go back and back test everything. You can see when Donald Trump says something, the markets move, okay? And the markets were naturally coming down. The NASDAQ was, US 30 was, and gold was. It was going to be a selling day. And he mentioned something, he tweeted something, and he basically pumped the market back up, okay? Now, Iran came back and said, no, this is not true. We haven't negotiated fuck all with him. I don't know what he's talking about. So there's mixed reactions, and now the candle is mixed, okay? But we had a very bearish day come down there, okay? So let's mark that low as a point of interest, 4,100, okay? There is some zones in between, under this green box and right down there. Here's a zone right here. So, you know, like I can figure out another one right there. Exactly right there. Why right there? Because look, I can see when it came up, impulse, impulse, body close, body close. Look at where it is. And then that big blue candle closed above. And look at how the yellow line turned into support, support, support to continue that leg up. So if we continue come back down, black, 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 we might stop right there, find some buyers at 4,200 and continue to take it up where we do not come all the way back down to yesterday's low, okay? But right now, you see, let's follow our daily candle, okay? Our daily candle, it just opened 45 minutes ago. So it's this candle right here. So you see, we closed, we opened. It was initially bearish here. Okay, so it came down, bearish, 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 right there. So that's our lowest point of the day so far, 43.60. Okay, so I put a purple line down there. Okay, that's my low, right about the mid 50% of this box. Okay, and look, it came back up, came back up, came back up to the opening and flipped. It was blue for up to 4,420. Okay, right up there. It was blue and got rejected back down. Okay, so now it's trading exactly right at the opening balance. So we could continue to fill and break this high and start to fill up. Maybe to all the way back up to 4,500, our opening balance of the previous day's volume. However, I'm only going to be scalping for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So if it doesn't come all the way revisit here, why don't we just pick halfway here? So we look at the purple line and the yellow line, and what we do is we figure out half of it. We cut it in half at 50%. That's me guessing. We don't need to guess. Grab your Fibonacci tool from the purple line and bring it up to the yellow line up there, okay? And then see where the exact 50% is. Sorry, it's right there, okay? So 44.60 is exactly halfway. So if I get a move and it's coming up from here and breaks 44.20 to 44.60, that's a $40 move in gold. That is 400 pips. That's more than enough pips I need. I'll pip and dip and I'll leave a runner and I'm good for the night. I'm good for tomorrow. I can take a day off, okay? So, but right now we're in this range. It could easily come back down, black, 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 down its wick, break this low, and continue to transact at the bottom of the green box. Okay, so the bottom of the green box is a point of interest in itself. The top, middle, and bottom. Do we need to place a yellow line there? I'm doing it for you guys. I'm putting a yellow line at the bottom of the green box to show you that this is also a point of interest, okay? I don't need to do it when I'm putting my zone because my zone is already calculated. It's already measured. It's the point of control of a specific candle. It's already halfway and the 382 and the 618. But I'm doing this for you so you understand that this is a point of interest at the bottom of the zone. And I look at the number 4325, 4325, that nice psychological number, okay? So, and then I have, if it continues to come down black, fill that wick and maybe potentially stop right there and find some support. If there's no support here, the sellers will have control. And then you'll see a big candle, black, continue come down and revisit yesterday's low. And if we break, see how we have a gray chart. We have no idea where it could go. Look below this yellow line and look at the previous days right there. This is where it was trading into 50% of November 10 candle. That's where it pulled back right there. Held support, body. There's a wick. Just draw a line in that location right there. Then you know if it continues push down right there. If that doesn't hold, look at, there's your double bottom that started the entire run up right there. There's one bottom, there's your second bottom. That's an easy line right there. See how easy it is? Look at the number, 3925, and that's it. And then I look back to verify, and it's exactly cutting that big bullish candle in half, the fair value gap, the point of control, right across, okay? So we have now supporting levels below us. If gold drops that down there, right now, we don't have to consider any of this because we are technically, we are still in this green zone right here, okay? So stretch it into the future. Maybe we're still holding this later tonight, tomorrow, maybe we come back tomorrow post New York and we're above here, okay? So now we see the daily candle is building. It's a bullish pin bar, could continue to run up, okay? Let's just see our scanner, daily SST, our scanner right over here. So on gold, should pop up in a second here. See gold right here, our scanner. On the 5 minutes, it looks like it's oversold, 33 on the RSI. 15 minutes looks like it's right in the middle, 47, 30 minutes right in the middle, 50, 1 hour right in the middle. 4 hour looks like it's just above 33, so it's but our daily time frame is at below 28, so our daily is oversold, okay? And we can see we're in a nice green demand zone where we could potentially start to see some bullish momentum on gold. However, we're trading in a downtrend. So even if we do take some buys, we still have to respect that sellers could push us down, but that's why I got my levels above me, okay? So now what I do from the daily, I move into the hourly, okay? So we were trading earlier today, you know, there it was where it came down, 3 a.m. was London, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. We started the call right at 7 a.m. 2 minutes later, Donald Trump tweeted and we had these massive, like 2,000 pip moves in minutes. It was ridiculous, okay? So let's follow the full volume now. So we ended up coming up right up to here. So we found resistance right there at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. There was that 11 a.m. push down. If you don't get in, there's always going to be pullbacks in the market. Wait patiently with alerts. Don't chase markets. And then it came back up, look right here, noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., right there, lower highs. Then at 3 p.m., we had another bearish candle. We closed right there. This is where we opened, where I told you, well, right when we opened, it was bearish, made the low of the day, and now we're coming back up. So our hourly candle could definitely break and come up to this yellow line, maybe revisit this yellow line. And you can see we're still got some resistance behind us on the hourly. You can see that there is like an hourly trend pushing down. There's still an hourly trend. If that's a white line to represent hourly, we're still in a downtrend, right? So we need to break that, close with some blue volume and start to break and have a trend break. But it looks like it could be a bullish pennant, like right here. You see how it's just in this formation, but it's building in this daily demand zone, and daily I know is oversold. So we could potentially get some bullish move this evening, maybe going into later in the late Tokyo future session. Okay, so we got strong hourly. I can see if we build up, okay, our next point of interest is the yellow line. If it continues to go right there. And then I see no hourly candle has closed above this yellow line. There's a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick. So I know up there, it's got to be like a red hourly zone, okay? Right there. So that's why I complement it with this red box to let me know if I'm in buys and it comes up there to double check this. It came in there, came in there, came in there, back down. Came in there today, back down. It could come back in there and back down, right? If I'm in the money, I want to be taking stop loss, break even, taking some profit. And then if the hourly breaks above there, closes above, we flip it green, and then we could continue to rotate back up to there, okay? So we got to take it one level at a time, okay? So we're building on this hourly candle. It's going to close in 7 minutes because we're going into 7 p.m. Let's look on the lower time frames, the 5 minutes. So real quickly, here was where we opened. Okay, so you see it was initially bullish, came back all the way down. There's our range. Now we're building up on these 5 minutes, and we're breaking out right now. It's an impulse, just like this candle right here at 345 was an impulse, came back down, closed, and we had another leg down. This could be an impulse candle. There's still 90 seconds to go. However, it could close with bullish volume, continue to build, and break out of here, okay? But we're trading into a new hourly candle in the next 6.5 minutes. Okay, so this is that big green daily zone. That's our low of the day. That's our high of the day so far. Remember, it's only the first hour in trading. And if we make it up here, see that 5-minute move? This was in the afternoon, 225, 230, right up to 245 going in 3 p.m. where it came in there, false breakout, and back down. So on the 5 minutes, me as a scalper, I want to identify that, stretch that into there. Because I know if we come up bullish, like maybe not straight up, but build our way slowly up there, that maybe it could come in there and reject us back down. However, if we get that volume closing above, then we can work our way up to there, okay? But we have to acknowledge that the sellers were there. They were there, came back up. That was that sell I had this afternoon after the call at 11:30. Pushed the market down. It retraced all the way right back into there and then pushed it back down. But you see, we're making a higher low, higher low, higher low. It's building depth of market and we're coming up, okay? So this candle is going to close now in 30 seconds. Again, check your spreads if you're going to trade at this time, okay? Make sure you check your spreads. I trade with a zero live account with Fusion Markets. So I have relatively low spreads. Fixed commissions. It's $4.50 for a standard lot. I know some of you guys don't trade with a standard lot, but you divide it for your percentage. But what it is $4.50 round trip. When I say that, it's $2.25 when you buy and $2.25 to close a trade is $4.50 total commission for a standard lot. If you're using a 0.1, you divide that $4.50 by 10 and yours costs 45 cents commission. If you're trading with Lambo lots, you multiply that by 10 and your commission is $45, okay? So that's how commissions work in trading. Okay, so we did close, big blue volume. Is it a structural candle? It looks like it is because it closed above this wick, so we got strong close. So what I could do is, you know, what I normally do, grab my Fibonacci tool, opening price, closing price of that candle, figure out where's 0.5, it's right there, okay? Figure out the point of control of that bullish volume, it is right there, okay? So you see it's coming back down black right into it, okay? So if you're looking for pullback buys, guys, believe it or not, I used to trade with Lambo lots. They are $100 per pip, but that was back in the day when we were looking for like 20 pips in a 5-minute candle. now Lambo lots, holy shit. It would be wild right now. But I don't suggest them unless you have experience with those things. Okay, so look, it came right back in here, right into the point of control and possibly retesting. But I know that in about 3-4 minutes, we're going into 7 p.m. So we could have, maybe this is a fake out move coming up here and then it comes back down, closes, and then we move our way down black, right, in the next hour. Or it could just come down here and hold and then we continue to move up, okay? Sorry, Christoph, you choose daily to hourly and then 5 minutes. Would you suggest to have charting on 4 hour and maybe 50 minutes? Yeah, it's entirely up to you. Do you remember, Christoph, I used to do daily 4 hour hourly and bring it down to the 5 minutes. But yeah, what I do is daily, hourly, 5 minutes. But if you want to do daily 4 hour, let's say 15 minutes, 100%. You can go down the whole chain. You could go daily, 4 hour, hourly, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, all the way down to, if you want to scalp down to the 1 minutes. Every single time frame above you holds higher weight, right? But I put more emphasis on daily and then hourly, then finally just the 5 minutes. You see right here how we came down black. Look, right into where I cut that bar in half, okay? So this is showing you guys live how if you figure out a structural bar, not just every single candle, you don't want to do this on every single candle, right? There's certain specific candles you want to do this on. Candles with abnormally large volume, like on average 2, 3, 4 times like the size of these. Like you can see that this big blue candle is much bigger than this one and this one and this one. Okay, 2 to 3 times. That's one indication. However, another indication what I use is when I say the word structural, okay, I'm using a fancy word. All I'm trying to say is a candle that closes above structure. Some of you guys say a break of structure. Like this candle, this big blue candle closed above this resistance where it had an impulse prior and went down, came up, and this is the first big body candle that's closed above. And not only did it close above, it actually closed above that high. So that's an important candle. And first thing that I do is from the opening balance to the closing balance, I figure out where exactly 50% is, and there's the point of control. Because if I'm looking in this situation, which I didn't because I'm waiting for the bar to go into 7 p.m., but if this was any other time frame, I potentially would have looked to buy that pullback. The only thing that held me back was we're going into 7 p.m. and I don't want to be caught in maybe a fake out move or something like that. Okay, but that's a good lesson, guys, if you want to buy pullbacks. And this is where you also have to learn how it closed relative to the wick. See where it came up and closed. So it's a short wick. And notice how the candle opened blue, but did not fill that wick. Okay, when we're looking for clues as price action traders, these are the clues you have to look for. Okay, so even zooming in, and this can be an hourly candle, this can be a daily candle, this can be a 4-hour candle. Okay, just whatever time frame it was, just understand it failed to continue to break that high and make a new high. So it's a lower high, and then the sellers stepped in and look it came black, 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 right exactly to 50% in that point of control, and it triggered buyers. Because I can tell it triggered them because there's a wick getting rejected and coming back up. But we're still holding this bearish head. So the candle has not flipped yet. But see now, going into 19 seconds, 18 seconds. But that's a good indication if you're ever looking to buy pullbacks. Okay, right there. If you had a pending order and it came down there and filled you up, you are up 70 pips right now. Okay, with zero drawdown, right? Does it always happen like that? No, but it's good to learn that skill, right? So now we're at 7 p.m. It's a new hourly candle. I can see that there's a little flag right here. See, sometimes I tell you guys it takes 2 bodies to identify a flag. You don't need to overcomplicate this shit, okay? See right there where it came up, that little blue volume, and that black head that closed in there? You can trap that volume right there and stretch it into the future, okay? So we see where our resistance is at that hourly trend line, and then you see how it just came back down black at the top of the green box, so it's building. Will it come back and flag in here and then break out naturally bullish, or is it going to come down bearish back down? Okay, so you see now how it's holding inside there in the box. Okay, so now it could break out impulsively and fill that wick and continue to drive. Okay, so you see how the volume is stuck inside that little consolidated neutral zone that I just did off of those 2 bars. Okay, so I see now we're in a flag. Okay, we're trying to break this trend line on the hourly. Okay, we're starting with 7 p.m., new hourly candle. Can it continue to hold this low and fill in here and potentially break? Will it be an impulse creating a new high? Will we catch a pullback coming back in? Or do we just buy this candle that's building and break out of here? So you see how it's coming back down. It's a spin top candle. There's some indecision on this candle. So do we want to trade indecision candles? Not really. I want to trade more high probable candles. I want to see if it will continue to build into a hammer and break out of there because I know there's a short wick. However, it could come back down and then close below here and then push back down to this yellow line. Okay, so we're just stuck inside this range right now. Okay, there's a good push coming back up. So it built its way back up. Okay, again, did not break, but built its way back up. So I'm following this volume. We're still, look how it's still contained in this neutral zone, okay? So get ready. We might have a bullish continuation breaking out of here, okay? And I might continue to buy with this if I get what I'm looking for. I got my finger on the trigger. I'm ready to go, but I'm still waiting for that volume to build. So far, it's been 2 minutes into the candle, and it's just this spin top trading at the opening balance still. Okay, does this analysis help you guys? Do you guys understand? Like, is it making a little bit more sense? Okay, so you still see how it's building inside here. And you see how it took me 2 bars to understand that consolidated zone? That's all it takes. Sometimes just 2 candles. That's all you got to do. Once you figure it out, go with it. Okay, go with your gut. Don't be so critical on yourself. Okay, if you don't get it exactly, just figure out a zone, a location. You don't have to be 100%. Okay, we're just looking for probabilities in trading. Okay, so far it's still building in this uptrend. Still hanging around here. Now we're moving into 2 minutes to going into the close. So I know that if I take a buy now, I'm buying on impulse, but I'm buying on the impulse into the close of the candle. Okay, so as this, I like to buy impulses early, right? If the candle just opens and it's 4 minutes left in it, if I buy that, I know it's got 4 minutes to build. If I buy the impulse now, I know that I might only have 1 minute. Then what if they just bring it down the last momentum and in the next bar is a black candle pushing down and I'm stuck on an impulse buy? So also understand the time when you're timing your buys and sells. Are you buying when the candle just opens? Are you buying at the midpoint? Are you buying near the close? All of these little intricacies will make sense when you really understand what you're looking for in trading, because that affects momentum, how it goes into the next candle. Okay, so whenever it comes down to the last minute or 30 seconds, whether I really wanted to buy or sell, I kind of try and hold myself back because I know that a new candle can be manipulated at open and it can move up opposing direction, right? So I have rules. I try to, again, we all have rules, but some days we don't follow our rules. Like I tell myself, I want to have that rule every single day. Like right now it's under 1 minute. No matter what, I'm not going to take the trade. Well, even if I get a full bullish candle ready to break out, I'm not going to take it because I have to stick to my rules, right? And that will keep you more consistent than not if you just stick to your rules. And yes, you're going to miss out on some opportunities. It happens. But I know if I miss out, there's going to be another opportunity. Maybe the next candle, maybe 20 minutes down the road, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe tomorrow. But I always know, I didn't know this early when I started trading, but I know now with experience that there will always be another setup, maybe even a better setup than this shit that we're looking at right now, okay? So you see, guys, we did not continue to break. They teased us with that big bullish candle, but you see how it didn't even fill that wick or that wick? So now it closed as a bear spin top. We might push back down, okay? So now if it pushes back down, I want to see if it will hold the green zone or above there. Now it's building back up, but I see a higher low, higher low, higher low. So it's still building. Now if this one builds, we could get the breakout. We're still in that bullish flag, but it might now take this bar to continue to fill and break out, okay? So still looking for a buy, right? But I'm being cautious, right? Okay, and then I still respect the sellers. There's a lower high, and a lower high up there. And then like it could turn bearish, you know, come down there and then shoot back down, okay? But we're still in this bullish flag, okay? So now it's still building, it's building, it's building. Again, we're right at that trend line and filling those wicks right there, okay? So it's building its way back up. Well, I'm on the 5 minute time frame, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You can see on this watermark, the 5 right there, 5 minutes. So you still see we're still in this bull flag. It's building on this 5 minute candle. Lots of time left on this one. 3.5 minutes. That's a lot of time. Okay, so now it's building back up. Okay, so I know now it's building. I'm going to go in. I'm in on a buy now because it came back down, higher low, building. Okay, I'm in a buy on this candle, looking to continue to fill that wick and drive and maybe revisit up here. Okay, because there was that little flag, you know, same thing that I do, trap those volume and bring it into the future. Okay, so I'm in a buy on an impulse, but a built impulse. Okay, it's been building, building, building. So I like to look at that redistribution. I know I'm trading against the trend. It's an hourly trend line here, but I'm building off of this move, building up, okay? So I'm looking to move up to that location. If it gets up there, it's about 80 pips up there, okay? It's already in profit right there, okay? So I'm gonna go to an early break even, okay? I wanna teach on these calls. There it is, that hit target. I'm gonna take out 80% up there. I'm taking out 80% and leaving the rest with the break even. So you see how that trade was absolutely zero drawdown right into profit, right to target. Okay, guys, that's very precise sniper trading, precision. Okay, I'm not trying to say that to be cocky, but I seriously want to explain exactly my thought process there. You guys watched how I let it build, and I told you I was looking for an impulse move to come right and transact right in there. And that's all I was looking for. I'm not looking for anything more or anything less. That's it. That's an 80 pip trade. I took out 80% of my profit up there, and I left the remaining with a break even. Now, my break even, if it wants to continue to run, I watch my runner. But I'm not, like today, I left 250 pips on the table. I didn't secure anything, and then it came back and hit my stop loss. This is the way how I trade, like this. This is, if you ever catch me trading by myself, this is how I trade. I tend to leave trades open longer for you guys, but this is how a sniper trades. Exactly from right here to right there. And I don't care if, ands, or buts what happens after the fact, okay? Because this is what that's a job of a trader. I clock in and I clock out. That's what I do, right? And then I look for another trade of 80 pips. I look for one more, that could be 250 pips. And that's it. Robin, you got it? 65 pips and dip? Perfect. Like that's that. Guys, when I honestly say professional traders trade for 30 to 50 pips, and this was 5 years ago, I'm saying this. Okay, now they probably bumped that up to 50 pips to 100 pips with the volume and the volatility we're getting in the markets. But I can honestly tell you, I'm not a professional trader, but I know professional traders. They trade for 50 to 100 pips per day because they're not using micros. They're not using 0.1s. They're minimum using standard lots. So when we do the math, 50 to 100 pips is 500 to 1,000 US dollars per day. 1,000 per day. I know that there's 252 trading days in a year. That's $250,000 for just a trader looking for 100 pips a day with an account size that accommodates trading for standards. That's what a professional trader does. Okay? But did you guys understand the analysis there? That's, to me, it's more important me breaking that down to you than just the profit, okay? But you see how we came right into that zone and there's a wick there, okay? So I know that it could definitely, look, guys, like, you know what like right there, this little tiny zone is still playing into effect all the way right now into the future, okay? So I still have a runner, okay? So I'm still invested in this trade. So I'm still watching, okay? So one thing I do is, that's a structural candle cut in half, but I know it's it's my zone, like right there. If I was to cut that body in half, it's right where I entered. It's 4429.5, right there. That's the halfway point, okay? And I know if it comes back down, I go to a break even. But that's that 20% I have remaining. So what I'm looking for while I'm invested is this bullish candle to continue to build and fill that wick and potentially create a new high or close above here. But I know full well that that's what I was looking for it to just trade right into there, because I know that there's sellers sitting there. It's not rocket science, guys. Okay, and it could potentially come all the way back down. But I don't want it to come all the way back down and come all the way down here and tag my stop loss. That's why I go to a break even, right? How did I close? You hit a button that closes. Just like you hit a button to buy, I have a button that says close. You can have magic keys or hotkeys that can allow you with one hit of a button to secure 80% or 20%. But when you're modifying, if you're on MT4, MT5, I'm a mobile trader, you go to modify. For example, if I was using a standard lot 1.0, I know what 80% is. I'm already, while I'm in the trade, I'm already putting it at 0.8 and then hit the close button. And that will automatically close 80% of my trade and then just leave remaining 0.2 left right there. See how it just came down and hit me now at break even. So my 20% runner just hit break even. I'm out of that, but I secured 80% of 80 pips right up to there. That's a scalp. That's a scalp, okay? I'm not looking to get this and hold it till tomorrow morning, okay? I'm just looking to scalp from here to there. I know it's a surprise for some traders, but that's what a scalper does. Your broker also allows me to trade minimum 90-second trade. Okay, you got to know your broker, guys. I know how my broker is. I trade with this broker, okay? This is, and I'm not affiliated with this broker. I'm not selling you this. I don't give a shit. I'm just showing you what I use, okay? This is Fusion Markets. They are based out of Australia. They are a solid broker. That's what I was just talking about. $225 per side per commission, $450 for standard lots. So if I took that trade at standard lot, I just paid them $4.50 and made $800 would have been the total. 80% of that. Okay. And then when I'm choosing the account, there's accounts classic and zero. I trade with the zero account. It's the lowest spreads possible, and you just pay this commission. There's a classic account that's a blend of commissions and spreads, and you guys can do your own due diligence and check this out. This, if it's available in your country, you can utilize that. But that's Fusion Markets. That's what I use. Okay. And you see the retest. Okay, so it came down and retest. Maybe this is what, okay, so let me explain break-evens. This is the potential what happens with break-evens, is where you enter at a solid area, and then if you go too quickly to a break-even, you see it can come down, where if I just had my stop loss a little lower, I would not have been tagged out. But when it comes to education, I really want to help you guys, okay? But knowing if you get always in a routine, if it comes down and hits your break even, then just give it an extra 5-10 pips to breathe. You don't have to go automatically to a break even, okay? But you're just reducing your stop loss from down here, maybe halfway here, okay? But you see how it came down? So even to the patient buyers who never got that impulse, it came right back down to retest, and there's the retest. You could have bought this, and now it's doing its job. It's filling back up to break out. So let's follow this volume. Now is the close in 40 seconds. We're going into a new, see guys, I haven't even added indicators. Holy shit, okay? You see guys, I don't necessarily trade with indicators. I'm telling you guys, honest to God truth, I don't use indicators. I use raw price action, my levels, but I add indicators for you guys. Here's the 9 EMA, the green line, we are above it. The 200 EMA is right here. Purple line is all the way down here. Let's add I didn't even add the SST daily bar, but this is my favorite indicator, is this one right here. So it's showing me the 15 minutes, what's going on. I know that we're gonna get a new 15-minute candle opening now in 7 seconds, okay? So it still has not closed above here. We're now trading inside here, but you see how that bullish flag continued to break out. Awesome, Binet, you're great, first done for the day, 75 pip trade. Binet, this was for you, boss. I know you told me you're in India and it's 4 a.m. Eastern. Now it's 5 a.m. for you, but I told you we're going to learn something, and we're probably going to learn and earn, hopefully, okay? So thank you, bro. Christoph, I'm happy I followed my rules. I am too. I am too. Because I was really pissed off with myself earlier this morning. But it's okay. Well, it happens. As long as you guys are learning, I'm okay. Okay. Now look, we got a bullish candle. So I look backwards. Okay. There's a big bearish candle that closed into like right there. So just as a reference, half of that would be right there, right? If look at it, continue to go. Okay, I woulda, shoulda, coulda. I wish I continued to be in the trade. I wish I continued to be in the runner. I wish. That's all we do every day as traders, is have wishes. Okay, I wish that I took out my profit earlier this morning. I wish that I went to a break even earlier this morning. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Okay, that's not trading. Is not wishing. Okay, we wish all day, but when we trade, you got to go with the flow, okay? If you're still in it, perfect, good. But let's continue. Why is it still building? Why is it still going up? Okay, we've got a higher low. We had the retest. This is an impulse breakout, okay? It's impulsively breaking, but it did fill that wick, okay? So let's see if we can get some blue volume closing above this zone, okay? Because remember, it was red right there. When it closed below, it was red. It was red until this candle's breaking out. If it closes blue above, what we're going to do is just, we're going to change this red zone to a green zone, because if it pulls back down, maybe this is going to be buyers now, and will continue to take us back up. We have a strong open 15-minute candle. It's only like 3 minutes open, but it's strong, and we're building our way back up, okay? So if you guys are still in it, like you can utilize trailing stop losses, okay? See, the first retest was successful, came back up and you could have a stop loss just below 50% of this bullish candle, okay? And continue to work your way up. Got a solid move. That's fantastic. Good move, guys. Nick, what's your advice when you lose a few trades? How do you stop revenge trading? Nick, we talked about this. If you're the same Nick, we talked about this earlier in the morning. Walk away, guys. Walk away. Why do we got to revenge trade? What's the point of revenge trading? Revenge trade is you take a loss and right next candle, you're right back in and you're not even analyzing nothing. Take your loss like a man, okay? Be a man. Take your loss like a man. Accept that you lost. And then now step away from the market, breathe, analyze. Why did you lose? Like same with me. If I took this buy and it ended up coming down and hit my stop loss, okay, I could have revenge traded right after that, but what would that do for me? Nothing. Possibly get me to lose even more money, okay? So what I would do is, even this morning, when I got stopped out, I didn't trade right away the next candle. You didn't see me get pissed off this morning. I just remained focused. I analyzed, what did I do wrong, okay? Anytime you get stopped out, it's a lesson the market is teaching you to learn. Instead of getting pissed off, take it, I told you, change your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Fixed mindset are revenge traders. There are people that just complain. They blame the markets, but we need to criticize ourselves. If we take a loss, instead of revenge trading, take the time to review what happened, learn from it, and then understand that there will be another setup. And then you don't need to revenge trade that setup. You can do it again with proper risk management. And then your goal is to regain your loss. Like me this morning, I took the 1 loss, 2 losses. My third and final trade was to regain everything that I lost in the morning. And I did that, okay? Without revenge trading, I still waited patiently. And then after the call, I got that beautiful setup and I made some money. I ended up, and with this trade, I'm in the money, right? I know it's easy to say. I know it's easy when people are saying this. Believe me, I was stubborn like that too. No one, out of everyone on this entire call, YouTube and Zoom, I guarantee you I beat you guys for revenge trading. I guarantee you guys that. Guys, I literally smashed a monitor with my fist. This was years ago, okay? So maybe you've done that too. But I was just so pissed off of my own trading that I ended up putting my fist right through a monitor. Wasn't a good thing. Yeah, you broke your phone. Nick, I know those feelings, but it gets you nowhere. Then I had to buy a new monitor. Then you had to buy a new phone. Then you're further in loss. Okay, guys, look at that. Okay, this is what can happen. Okay, so you see what I did there? I cut that bar in half. Look how it came blue, blue, blue right there. Rejected, closed, ignited bar coming down now. Okay. So you guys, that's why if you're in the money, measure the move. That was an additional 70 pips that you could have secured or locked up there, okay? See, all I did was, see this red line? I did not do anything magical. You see that big black candle? That's an abnormally large candle. I cut it in half, okay? Anyone can do this. Guys, it does not take you 10 years to learn to do that, okay? It's very simple. And just when it comes in there, respect when it comes in there, okay? Just like I respected when it came in that red box. If I was still in that runner trade, I'm not saying I would have, but that's where I would have maybe closed my remaining 20%, okay? You gotta still know, guys, it's nice, we're coming up, it's beautiful, we're all happy, we're in buys, it's going great. But look over here. This right here is a lower high earlier today, right there. Look right here, and look at where they're pushing the market downs at this hourly trend line right there. This was 10:30 a.m. right after our call. Right here, this was right going into power hour 3. So even right here, like the reason why I cut that candle in half is I still respect the sellers are still in the market. There's another critical lower high, and they could potentially push this all the way back down. So if we're looking to buy pullbacks, again, we're gonna identify right here. The previous highest point of the day, purple line, it traded in here once and took off. Maybe it will come all the way back down here. So what I do is I add an alert at that purple line, okay? If I'm gonna go out like not out, I'm not going to the club or anything, but if I go upstairs and I do some homework and I play with my kids, I'm going to have the laptop and my mobile. I'm creating an alert. If the market comes back down there, I'll get an alert. That doesn't mean I just buy blindly. I watch. Maybe it will close below there and then it's red and then I sell that alert down. Okay, maybe it comes down there impulsively, picks up that liquidity, closes back above, retests this. I could buy all the way back up. And when I'm buying, I'm trading right back to this red zone. Okay, that's what I do. I stretch it into the future, right? And I'll just trade the volume up and down in these zones. Hopefully I catch the right moves. I get my daily goal. I don't over leverage. I might take a loss here and there, but I'm not going to revenge trade. I'm going to not do stupid things. I'm not breaking my phone or my monitor because then my wife will kill me. These things I was doing prior to when I was married. Okay, so now that I'm married, if I break things, then my wife will break me. So any of the married men out there know that the wife will break us now. Yeah, when I was single and I was stupid, that's when I had a lot of broken things. Now I can't do that. My kids will kick my ass. Then we're going to create more problems, more headaches. Okay, but any questions about that? Like if you're still holding the trade, you could still be holding it. There's still a higher low, a higher low. But when it comes to these locations, there's nothing wrong with taking profit, guys. You don't have to close your entire trade. You can take partials, 50%, 70%. You're getting paid. Take some money from the market, guys. Okay? That's why we trade. We trade to make some money. Okay? We don't just trade all day just to look at candlesticks moving up and down. We want to get rewarded for our time. Okay? So that's now our critical point to continue to build up. See, notice how I have not made this red zone green yet because I don't have blue volume closing above it yet, okay? So it's still pushing up, but that's a big wick, okay? Which could technically continue to get filled, okay? So this candle is now closing in 25 seconds. If you guys are still holding, we can still continue to follow this, right? Now let's follow the close. So first thing is, if it closes blue, I'm gonna make the red zone green. Because if it comes back down, this could be support to continue to move up. Okay, notice how it was an impulse black candle that came down there, but the buyers picked it right back up. And look at, wow, look at the momentum. Continuing to trade right up to that wick and pause right there. So look, it closed back above that red line. Okay, so now red box goes to green. Okay, so if it pulls back down, now we could get supporting down here. That's where that 15-minute candle opened up right there. Okay, and now if we continue to hold short wicks and continue fill, where we're going is to fill our next wick behind, this one right here. Remember, each candle has a job to do. And look at the number. Now we're getting a psychological number. Now it's not just any Mickey Mouse candle. Now we're looking at that wick right there at exactly 3 p.m. Eastern time in sales, and the corresponding number is 4450. Okay, so when I'm talking about psychology, that's a lower high right at 3 p.m., right at power hour, and the number is a psychological number, 4450. So if it does continue to make its way blue up there, that's where we could have a big sell order to push the market down, excuse me, and protect it right below this daily point of interest yellow line of 4460, okay? So, but maybe I could be entirely wrong. If it's real strong bullish volume, it could break out, close above, retest this as support, and then make our way all the way up to there, okay? Okay, and then just that line, what you can do with the line is a little bit above, a little bit below, and make yourself a zone, okay? Like that. Christoph, you're divorced, so you got a second chance now. Oh, man. Oh, you're single, Nick? Yeah, you're allowed to. Break as many phones and monitors as you want. To the married men, don't break your monitors. If you're single, fuck, who cares? Break them. Do what I do, okay? Guys, remember I told you this tip. Go to your landfill. It's full. The bin is full of computers, monitors, keyboards. They will beg you to take them. Okay, go in there, say, hey, boss, can I grab a few of these for research purposes? Grab a few of those, go in your backyard, take a baseball bat at them, and beat the shit out of those. Doesn't cost you anything. That's like a rage room. That's how you get your anger out. Okay, instead of revenge trading, take it out on those. Oh man, guys, we like nice bullish move. Okay. And I bought that candle there and my stupid break even got tagged out and continued to run. So do I want to chase the highs? Do I want to buy up here? No, because I don't trade on FOMO anymore. I used to. So now I will wait patiently for a pullback, either buy right here, maybe this red line, maybe this green zone, or potentially I look for sells now to sell the leg coming back down. And when I sell it, if I do sell it down, I know that there's buyers here. I know that there's buyers could be here, and I know that there's buyers here. Okay, so as a scalper, knowing this, if I go into a sell, like if it comes into that zone and comes down, I'm not looking for it to come all the way down there. Okay, just so we're clear on this, I'm looking for it to continue come back down there, right? And I have to respect that zone because that's where those buyers could be to bring it right back up. So me as a seller, I measure that move. That could be 100 pips down. I get my money and I pip and dip because I respect this. If it goes a little further down, I got to respect that because that's where they could bring it back up. And if it comes all the way down there, I better be respecting this zone because this is what started the entire move. And this was the previous high of the day. We had a little daily high breakout. And if it retraces all the way down there, this is where it could be accumulating a lot of those pending buy orders, waiting to buy that, and then continue to take gold up there. Okay. Okay, and now in 1 minute, it's going into 7:30. So we're getting a new 30-minute candle. And look at, guys, we're reaching maybe a resistance. Maybe it might have one more time it wants to try up here and then get rejected down. And maybe the 30-minute momentum is going to be selling pressure to push it back down. Okay, so I'm not looking for a trade right now. Right 1 minute before a new 30-minute candle, I'm going to wait. And then I know at 8 p.m. we got the futures market. You guys want to see something funny? Someone sent me this on the free Telegram channel right over here. See this? This was someone's FOMC over here. Oh shit. Right here. Powell and the broken computers, keyboards, and everything. Maybe that was an FOMC session that didn't go well for that person. Okay, here we go. 7:30 now. Okay, so it got rejected, coming down. Ignited bearish candle, filling, coming down. So let's see at this green zone. Will we pick up some buyers? Will it pick up a wick here? Have we? Yep, there's the wick there. Okay, so first initial drop, it picked up a wick. So I know that there's a pending order there. It just picked up, but it's still got this heavy bearish volume. Okay, now it could come up, but it's a hanging man candle. See, the new 15-minute, 30-minute candle is bearish ignited, right? Right there, we're open bearish. So will it continue to hold its bearish head and continue push down, or will the buyers flip this candle and turn it back up blue? Okay, and now I can start to see where the supporting neckline is. So if I'm recognizing patterns, I see it came up, back down, could come back up, maybe like a double top, and then breaks right there, and then that could be our continuation to drop. Okay, but right now it came down, picked up buyers, coming back up. I'm looking at my spreads in case I'm going to take another trade. I'd like to see my spreads right now. So I'm at a 1 to 1.5 right now. 1 pip to 1.5. Now it's below 1. Back to the 0.5. Okay, that's where I feel comfortable trading at that range. Guys, if you like the analysis on this Tokyo session, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys. We do appreciate it. And oh, nice, 420. That's perfect. That's a clue for me to go in the garage right now and smoke a joint. Thank you guys. That's I could not have said that better than myself right there. Thank you guys. You guys are reminding me Ron needs to smoke something tonight. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. See how you guys are looking out? Okay, so it came down there. Okay, that was that sell, sell, sell. You got to respect the green box, like I said earlier. If you're not in a sell, that was an opportunity to potentially look to buy a pullback. I didn't, but now I still see, okay, the buyer stepped in and it's coming right back up. Is there another trap box right there? Look at the size of the bodies, okay? Remember what we did all call? Trap that. You can see the volume, okay? That blue, no, I want to make it neutral, sorry. Blue, black, okay? So if it comes back in here, just like when we took the buy out of here, it was right here. I trapped those two candles. It came back in. That was when I bought, right? Too bad I went to a break even so fast, because then I could have got maybe a bigger move, but it's all good, okay? So you see that? There's that zone again. Will the blue volume come back in here? But look at the size of the wick now. It's got a big wick to fill. When I took that buy right there, I looked at the wick right here, okay? It was a short wick. So I knew if we could potentially fill that wick and drive, okay? So you got to do a little bit of wick analysis too. Oh shit, Nick, that's your phone? Nice, man. But you see how we're coming right back in? Okay, so it's the same setup, same exact setup with 2 minutes to go, okay? But this is a larger wick. So even if you get that impulse breakout, it has to fill, and maybe pop and drive right into that big red zone. That's where the big sellers could be. Exactly at 4450 and from 3 p.m. earlier this evening, in the afternoon, okay? But right now we're still inside here. So again, I look at the time, 90 seconds to go, okay? So I might as well just wait to see if volume will close, okay? Because they could just impulsively break it out, catch a wick, come back down black, and then it's a black candle coming all the way back down in here, okay? Because we're trading at these highs again, right? But if we're gonna wait patiently, we gotta wait. I'm gonna wait for it to close, okay? But that's how you can see like a flag, how you can figure out the size of the flag. Because someone says, Ron, do I do a flag this big? Do I do a flag that big? No, remember, it just takes 2 candles, look at where it was barcoding, and then draw the flag. Shouldn't be complicated. Guys, charting should be very easy, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Charting should be very easy. It should be the easiest thing you're actually doing, okay? It shouldn't be complicated. There's nothing complicated about charting. Charting is the best part of trading, in my opinion. I love charting. I could chart for 24 hours every day. Just chart and learn, see what's going on. This is how I learned. I wasn't physically taking buys or sells. I was watching, learning how to make my flags, watching when that wick came down there, what did it do? Knowing the size of this wick, would it break? Would it get it rejected? Watch impulse candles, break and retest, learning break of structure, zones, trend lines, pullbacks, all that shit, okay? Sometimes it's the best way to learn is not be invested in a trade, because when you're invested in a trade, whether you buy or sell, your emotions will take over. All you're staring at is your profit loss, and you're not really staring at the candlesticks anymore. You're just looking at your profit loss. If you're in drawdown, you're panicking and shit like that. So that will take away from your learning, right? Okay, so we're barcoding blue, black, okay, still in this bull flag. But this is a 4-bar M pattern. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard me say that. I've said it, where it comes up, goes down, comes up, and goes down. Okay, 4-bar M pattern. Okay, that's what that is. 4 bars, 4 candlesticks. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. M, up, down, up, down. Okay, so now we could see how the 15-minute turned into a spin top. It was initially bearish right there when it opened, came down. It came back up there, the high, came back down. We're right at the opening price again. So we're just kind of now barcoding. Now it's not, now we could get pushed down to the downside, okay? See how it's coming down, okay? I'm looking for a wick to come back up. I want to sell, right? There's the wick coming back up. I'm looking for it to come back up and then maybe go back down with some volume. I feel like I missed out on the scalp right now. So I got to wait for it to come back up. Oh, right there. Okay, coming back up. Okay, I'm going to go into sell now. Okay, I'm not putting my stop loss up there. That's just the traditional 1-to-1. I'm going to sell. Okay, so my stop loss now, I'm going to do a tight stop loss. This is tight, guys. I'm just above this candle. So I'm just above the 15-minute high, okay? And I'm looking to take it back down to the green box, maybe break down to this wick right here, okay? I'm in a sell now. I'm looking to sell this top and come down. And this candle, to do its job, is to fill that wick and break for a new low, okay? So I'm in a sell. My stop loss is very tight. Look, it's just above the wick of this candle, okay? Looking to scalp it. To fill that wick would be about 30 pips. Drop down to the bottom of the green zone, 45, 50, and get it all the way down there. It's back down to 70 pips. Okay, I'm in the money right now. Okay, I'm going to a break even now. That's it. I'm teaching you guys how to scalp these markets. I'm at a break even right there, pushing down. Okay, one more push down. This 15-minute candle breaks right here. There it is. I'm taking out 80% right there at 4435. Perfect. 80% out, 20% running. Perfect target. There it is, guys. That's how you scalp these markets with precision. I'm telling you. No playing games, guys. Holy fuck. That 4-bar M pattern. Guys, learn this shit. Learn this shit. I'm closing the entire trade. I'm closing the entire trade. I don't give a shit right now. That's a big move, guys. I'm telling you. I'm out. Entire trade closed. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's a 130 pip drop. Damn. And we came right back into that box right there. God. You got 1 to 5. Yeah, guys, you know, risk to reward. I told you guys my stop loss was right there above this candle. I went down with this 15-minute volume. Justin, nice. You got it? Nicholas, you wish you increase your lot size? It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just learn how to do this. You got the lifetime to increase your lot sizes. Believe me. Believe me. Just learn, Nick. Take this evening as a learning class. Okay? Take what I said, guys. You know, I talk really fast. Okay? I understand. And some of you guys have difficulty with the English language. I understand. It's all good. But did you hear what I said? Okay? See how I just consolidated the zone, and I said the 4-bar M pattern. What I talked about came up, back down, came back up, and I looked right there. And notice how it went early, and I said, guys, damn, I think I missed it. It went down. Then I waited for that wick to come up, and as soon as it came back up, that's it. That's it. Intuition. I went with the sell, and then I wasn't looking. I'm telling you, honest God truth. I wasn't looking for it to drop that. I was to the red line. This is just bonus. Okay, that's why I said I'm closing out my entire trade down there. I took the 80% when it broke down there, stop loss, break even, risk management, and taking the remaining down there. Okay, I've had 2 successful trades. I've met my daily goal on this session. Okay, and I can continue to trade. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to stop. Okay, what we need to do is just continue to monitor our zones. Okay, now we have a big black candle coming all the way back down to this green zone. Remember what we said earlier, the buyers could be waiting in here. So if this big black candle comes all the way down in here, that's where we need to maybe consider closing this sell because the buyers could be bringing it right back up. Then if it comes back up, see this green box? Now we close below, green to red. Just continue to go through the motions. We cut this big black candle in half. Let's see. Cut it in half, okay? Watch, cut it in half. Take your Fibonacci. I'll show you. It's going to be that red zone. Guys, I've been doing this for a minute. Okay, right there. See there? When you cut it in half, there's your 50. The red zone is your point of control. It's the same shit. That's why repetition, you learn this. You learn how to do this. Bennett is, in India, it's almost 6 a.m., but hopefully he made his daily goal, okay? So I'm out of the trade, guys. I'm no longer in this. I'm no longer in it. I'm out of this, okay? I don't want to make it look like I'm in this, okay? But look at it, okay? Holy shit. That is, in my opinion, a full TP from down there down to there. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This move is 200 pips in a Tokyo market. Are you kidding me? Okay. Wow. God. Any questions, guys? Nick, you're going to look at that in the markets. I like it. You made back half your losses from today. Good. We give you hope and inspiration. That's all you need, brother. We're here for you, okay? Tokyo moves well. Yeah, it moves well. Guys, all sessions move well. All sessions move well. If you're moving with the right risk management, you're patient, you're disciplined, you know what you're looking for, right? Early this morning, it was moving well. I was just trading stupid. I was looking for bigger moves. It was my bad in the morning, right? Sergio, your dog has the worst timing for his potty breaks. It's okay. Don't blame him. Okay, so now, guys, you see, we came into the green zone, right? Did any of you guys that entered that sell with me do anything down there? Remember what I said? If it comes down to there, it's full TP. Okay, we're still respecting that green zone, no matter what, right? If you're still holding a runner, then you got to watch that black volume break and close below. Then you can make that green zone red, and then we're below the trend line, and then we're dropping down to this daily point of interest and the 200 EMA down there. Guys, please, if you can, okay, honestly, to help out the channel, we do help you guys with your trading. You guys do see that. Hit the likes, please. It does help with the algorithm. We want to honestly help as many traders around the world as we can for free on YouTube. We've been doing this 6 years. This is a way how we pay it forward and we give back to you guys. We do have a private group as well that we do spend more time with our snipers in there, and we do more with them. But you guys, we love you guys too, and you guys help us here. But subscribe to the channel, like, and maybe hopefully learn a new financial skill, guys, okay? And I'm telling you, trading can be fun if you're going about it with the right mindset. If you're going about it with, if you're frustrated, you're pissed off, you're revenge trading, trading is not going to be good. I'm telling you, it's not going to be good. You have to understand. You got to allow the market to come to you naturally. When trading is natural, that's when trading becomes easy. When you're forcing a trade, when you're not trading in a zone, when you're just trading in no man's land, it's not going to work out well for you. Okay, believe me, I've been down that road and it didn't work out well for me. Okay, but what I do is I trust my zones. Right? That's why analysis is price action is king. So see that big black move came right in that green zone. Does it surprise me that it's coming right back up? No, because the sellers are pushing it down where the buyers are. Now, all of these buyers that missed this move, right? This big move that we earlier got, now they're getting filled. They're patiently waiting and they're in the money right away. It came in there, tagged, and right away it's up 100 pips. But you as a seller, if you don't do anything in there, you're pissing away 100 pips to the market. What's the point of that? Remember what I said? Professional traders trade for 100 pips a day. Guys, don't give back unnecessary pips to the market. Okay, and we're not even in the futures yet. We're not even in the futures. Futures is still in 15 more minutes. Okay, so we're going to get volatility coming in the future. So do we need to trade the next candle? No, we can still. Now what I do is I kind of tidy up my zones. I kind of look what's going on. Okay, so overall, I see the move we had coming up. Okay, we just had a move coming back down. So we're trading from here back up, maybe up to here. I want to see if this is going to be a lower high and then push back down, or it's going to hold, and then we're going to break out back up there. Okay, so we can wait for the futures. We can monitor what's going on. Someone might think my charts are messy. I understand, but I know exactly what I'm looking for, okay? Right? So now what I do is, okay, this is, guys, I want to tell you honestly what I do. So I add up how much pips I've made so far, okay? Which is a few pips I've made. Now, do I allocate all of those pips on my third trade? If I'm going to take a third trade, do I risk all those? You know, like when you're in a casino and you keep doubling down and you put your winnings on the net and keep going and keep going. In trading, we don't want to do that, okay? So let's say, for example, I've locked in 250 pips on today's call. For example, let's just say numbers. Let's say I locked in. Now on my next trade, do I need to risk all of those 250 pips? No, you don't need to. Maybe you want to risk, I don't know, 75, right? And if you get stopped out on your third trade, you still secure 150 pips, let's say, for example, is still in your pocket and you still walk away with a good day, okay? This is what we got to learn how to do. This is part of account management, not just risk management. Risk management is very important, but now we're talking about account management. That's what you are. You're a risk manager. You're an account manager. You're your own boss. You need to make executive decisions with your profits, right? You can call it a day right now if you like, and go enjoy some sports and watch the TV or go to sleep. You know, no one is telling you that you got to continue trading. You got to continue going. You got to continue going. But if you got the rhythm, okay, remember in sports, Michael Jordan, when he's got the rhythm, they feed him the ball until he starts to miss, right? That's why he's one of the greatest. So you as a trader, if you got the rhythm and the market is moving very, fundamentally, very technically, and it's respecting the zones, and it's coming up here and back down and bouncing off of this and back down, and it's flowing beautiful, then it starts continuing to trend, and you're reading the market. I'm not telling you to just stop trading, but I'm telling you to trail your winnings behind, just like when you get in a trade and you trail it behind. You don't want to give back everything you work for. If you take a loss, the market's telling you something, you're not reading it correctly right now, but don't give back all of your winnings. This is the principle of compounding an account. Believe me, you're going to thank me years down the road when you understand this, because not all of you guys are going to be trading with a little account. Some of you guys are going to start to trade with bigger money, and those little percentages start to add up, and your $1,000 account will be $2,000. Hopefully in a couple months it goes to 4,000, and then it grows to 10,000, and maybe after a year it's up to 25,000, right? And then you take a little loss. If you take $500 loss, you're still up. And continue, guys. Look, trading is long term. Don't think for just trading for tomorrow or the next session. When I'm thinking of trading, I'm thinking, where do I want to be in the next 20 years? Where do I want to be in the next 30 years? Compound for the next. Think of it as this is your investing in your future, okay? You're not gambling. You want to gamble? Come with me. We'll go to Vegas. We'll go to the casino. I promise you, you'll have a hell of a time with me. I used to play professional poker. I'm good at that shit too. You'll have the time of your life with me and Dave in Vegas if we ever go. Okay? Don't tell my wife that. But you guys will have a great time with us. Believe me. That's time for fun. But when you're trading the markets, it's not like I don't do this it's not for fun for me. This is a job for me. Okay? So I got to keep it very routine, right? See how it came down to that green zone? If you failed to do something there 2 times, it came down, black candles. Now you got to learn what are equal bottom lows. Those are equal bottom lows. Those are clues in the market, right? Some of you guys picked this shit up early. I don't want to pick on anyone, but Justin in our group, he picked this up from day 2 with us, equal bottom lows. And he's changed the way how he trades, right? Those are clues. What is that telling me when it's equal bottom lows? It's telling me that the sellers tried to push it down right there. Just think, guys, logically, what is happening in the market? It came down there. A buyer said, I'm coming in and I'm buying it right back up. Okay? So let's just talk logically. Then the market came back down. Sellers were pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down. Let's say, for example, that same buyer, the buyer who bought this wick, is protecting his position and said, I'm going to buy again right here, maybe with more volume. Why? Because I don't want to break this down and create a lower low. Because you guys know when you create a new lower low, the market depth of market changes. Pending orders below us will get pulled and then be registered down here to buy a dip lower, discounted. Sellers, when they breaks the low, all of these offers from up here will get taken out, will get canceled and start pending down here, right? To continue to sell the market down. So that right there is a price action clue that the market is not breaking down. And you see how naturally it's coming right back up, and it closed above the red zone, red to green now, building off of this and come trading right into here. So now we know where the market is basically trading now. You got your levels right now for this session, okay? Maybe this zone is going to get invalid and we go with the bigger one. But what I see is it came up, it naturally came right back down. Look, it came in there 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. That was that big structural candle at 650. That was initially the retest right there. That was the previous purple high of the day. Volume closing above turned into daily support now. There's tweezer bottom lows. And now it's coming right back up. So now it's coming back into here. Will it come back down? Or this momentum is going to continue trending up? Maybe, and then we move higher, okay? Because we are in a trend coming up now. If you can see from over here, off the bottom of the day, it came up, pulled back, higher low, new high, pulled back, new high, and it didn't break down. It held right there, and then we're following this. Okay, so would I have taken that? Okay, when you guys ask me this, I'm going to give you my honest, Christoph, you know me, bro. You've been here for a long time. I'm telling you my honest opinion. When I'm in a sell, I'm thinking as a seller. So I was in a sell. You guys know I went in a sell on that. So it was coming down.
Had I not been in this sell, I would have been a buyer in the green box. Because remember, I keep telling you, if we're selling down, we're going to sell down to the green box. If we're not selling down, we're going to wait to buy the green box. So Christoph, maybe I wouldn't have bought that first candle that came out of there, but that second one, those equal bottom lows, maybe I would have been. I saw the wick. I'm not, you guys can think that, you know, I'm saying this, but I know the way how I trade. I would have saw that tweezer bottom low coming up there, and maybe I would have bought that right there. So that's where I would have been. If I did that, my stop loss would just be below those equal bottom lows right there. And what I would be looking for is, if it comes in here, 80%, if we can fill that wick, we're trading up to there. That's if I was in a buy. I'm not, okay? But I know the way how I trade, guys. So you're going to get to know the way how you trade as well. When you do this over and over and over, you're going to know what you're looking for. Believe me, it's going to become so repetitive. You can do this all day, every day. You're going to know how you trade. You're going to know when you make a mistake. You're going to know when I make a mistake, I know right away. You probably see my facial expressions on the call, and I know I screwed up. I know, because I know sometimes I'm not following my own rules. And then that's when I know something's going to happen, right? Not good, right? So you got to know, guys, please read the markets, okay? Those equal bottom lows, those are clues. If you want to like understand what this is, go back, like just go backwards and look at equal highs and equal bottoms in the market that were printed already today, and just learn. Like, just learn from it. Let's, you know, if I find one, I know when we're looking for them, it's hard to find them. But there's situations where you'll see them and you'll be like, oh, okay. So like, here's a situation where there was 3 lows right there. See where it came down, came back up, inside bar, came up, did not break, inside bar, and then continued to push up. Came back down, higher low off of it, continued to move up. So it was built right there, those 3 lows, right? I can sit and look all day for them, equal highs and shit like that. But, you know, like even just selling, like right there, if you located that one, see how high there? Then they came back up. See how it didn't advance in there, and then you start to see the momentum, the black volume coming down. And then there's that little inside bar, and then continue push down. So you can kind of move with the markets, guys, okay? Yeah, you're going to make some mistakes along the road, but if you're managing your risk, you can handle the losses, okay? When you're gambling your entire account on one trade, yeah, it's not, obviously you're not trading, you're gambling. And now we're moving into the futures market in 5 minutes, and we're coming right back up. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up the zones now, because we're going to get bigger volume. So I'm going to watch this red zone we haven't transacted in. I know we're at a daily point of interest right up there at 44.60. You know, we're holding this down here, and now it's building back up. Okay. Nice. QBF, you bought because of the double bottom and a new 15-minute candle. That's excellent. That's like music to my ears. I love that, the way how you're talking to me. You know, I know it sounds sexy with the way how you're saying it. You bought the double bottom on a 15-minute. Now you're talking my language. I love that talk. That's talking dirty to me. I love it. Continue that talk, okay? Now you're talking the language of a trader. I understand that. That's universal. Any trader that understands, when you say that, oh, if you go to your neighbor who doesn't understand trading and you tell him, you go up to him and you knock on his door and you say, hey, I bought the double bottom on that 15-minute, he's gonna be like, what the hell what's this guy smoking? What's this guy, has he had a couple drinks tonight? What's he talking about? But you gotta understand, a trader understands that language. I know full-heartedly what you're doing, okay? But now look, okay? So we still have the resistance up there coming up. This is the neckline coming back up there, the double top, okay? See, it did not advance that wick. Now it's coming back down black, okay? So what happens if this black candle closes back below here, comes retest this, it gets rejected, it's red, and then futures opens up and takes this out, and then we push below those tweezer bottom lows and then start coming down here. And then the market starts to sell at futures, okay? That's a possibility, right? That's an option. However, it could continue to build, flag in here, and then futures market continues to build right through here, okay? So we can clearly see that if we just draw a line right here, body, 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 okay? The number is 4444.04, okay? So that's a tough number. A lot of fours, okay, are still holding it, lower high, and now we're pushing back down. So that is technically a double top, right? You're seeing it, okay? But we need to have the corresponding second leg. I always say the second leg traditionally has more volume. So in a double top, second leg traditionally has more volume. A double bottom traditionally has more volume on the second bottom, okay? And now we're 3 minutes away from the futures market open, okay? Thank you. Miss Faro, it's your first time here and the explanations are very detailed. Thank you. I strive to make sure that you guys have detailed analysis. That's what I'm here for. I'm passionate about price action. The way how I learned it, this is how I learned it. This is the way I teach it. And once you learn this, you can trade any security, any time frame, any time of the day, anywhere around the world, okay? You just have to basically have a mobile, either a laptop and some Wi-Fi, okay? And anybody can do this, okay? You can be young, you can be old, you can be a man, you can be a woman, you can be black, you can be white, you can be anything. You can be Muslim, you can be Christian, it doesn't matter. There's nothing that can stop you from learning this, okay? But one thing that will separate you from successful and unsuccessful is if you're impatient versus patient, okay? No matter how much you put and you invest in learning this, if you don't learn patience, you're not gonna be a long-time winner. Okay, I'm telling you guys the honest God truth. You need to learn patience in this, okay? You have to, because you got to allow the markets to come to you naturally, and they will come to you naturally. They will. If you wait, the market will come to you. It took me so many years to learn this, and I lost all my money trying to figure that out. And now I know that years later, I've learned that if I don't get my trade right now, there'll be a trade an hour from now. There'll be a trade tomorrow morning. There's going to be a trade mid-afternoon tomorrow, okay? We don't have to trade every single candle, right? You don't need to put yourself through that, believe me, okay? But we're recognizing a pattern, and now we're 1 minute away from the futures market. So futures traditionally brings in volatility. We might get bigger base candles, could be whipsaw action, it could just be a big black candle coming down, it could be a blue candle moving up. It's like you got to treat it like news. It's the futures market, 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? So we have major market sessions around the world on a 24 cycle. Make sure you get familiar with these markets. This is one of them. Futures market, 8 p.m. This is the Tokyo session. Next major market will be London, 3 a.m. Eastern. Next major market will be 6 a.m. That's pre-New York. 8:20 is COMEX. 8:30 is normally North American U.S. high impact news. 9:30 is Wall Street. 10 a.m. is news in also New York, and then 3 p.m. is power hour. And that's basically, and 6 p.m. Eastern is a daily candle opening at 6 p.m. So you have to know those hours. You got to know those, okay? See, guys, if I was to flag this entire area, we're still in this consolidated range, this neutral area. Whereas blue, black, blue, we had one break, sell, we took that, we had the buy, and then it came right back in here and not breaking out, came down, still in here. So we're in this flag where it could naturally continue just to break out. Now, do you want to trade the impulse on futures market? Yes, you potentially can, because we don't have two big wicks to fill, just this one, but the volume of futures could fill this. But it could be a fake out too. It could come up and get rejected and back down. So you have to make that decision right now if you're going to go in on impulse. If you're not, then what we got to do is we got to wait it out, okay? So there was an impulse move that it came up. Did it fill that wick? No. Now it got rejected back down. It's an inverted hammer, still holding, building its way back up. Will it flip bearish and come back down? Okay, so that's if you trade it on impulse, this shit happens, okay? That's what I mean. Look at now how it turns into a shooting star. So now if you get excited on this and then you sell down, it could come down and get a wick and go back up. So with these type of candles, just wait for it to close, right? It's not going to be the end of the world if we wait 3.5 more minutes for this thing to close, okay? If you feel that you know, grab some liquidity and now it's ready to push down on that second leg, then you could go on a sell, but you're going in on impulse too. So yes, it could come down, it could catch a wick and go right back up. But look at the double top. So you got to use higher time frame analysis. Double top, now it could be breaking down. I'm going to wait for this thing to close, okay? I'm going to wait for it to close regardless, because I know it could break down. I know it could have broke out bullish. I'm waiting for a close. The volume might close right inside this zone. And then I know it's going nowhere so far still. Okay, I'm just checking my spreads. I always do that prior to taking a trade. My spreads are pretty high right now, 1 to 2 pips right now. Remember, wow, 2.53, holy shit. Okay, so it's really, really like fluctuating. Now I'm getting it coming back down to the 1 pip. So I'm a scalper, so I like to also trade with low spreads. I don't like to just jump in when they're high spreads, because then I'm gonna get filled at a shitty location. And every pip matters to a scalper. Okay, maybe I wait for black volume to close below here, maybe make a new low, close below. That green zone will flip red. Maybe it will come back up blue, retest it, and then break down for continuation sell, right? Welcome all the way from Brazil. Thank you for joining. Rob, you want to trade every candle? I used to do that. On the 1 minutes. Oh, man. Look at the one. Don't get me started with the 1 minutes. Oh man, they call me the Minute Man. That's not a good nickname to have. Okay, let me tell you, it's not a good nickname to be called the Minute Man. But a lot of my buddies and people that know me, they call me the Minute Man. Don't tell my wife that. Why they call me the Minute Man? Scalping. Okay, now, so. Learn from this. It was blue, blue, blue. They faked out the buyers, and now they're sending it back down, okay? So this candle's closing in 90 seconds. Will it close with the black volume below this green zone? If it does, I'm going to make it red, right? If it closes back inside here, it's still a green zone, could move up, okay? But we could now potentially get a bearish leg coming through, okay? Christophe, to sing for you guys one time. Maybe karaoke Fridays. Their guess, you already entered your sell. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're selling the second top, pushing down. That's okay. That's good. You got the volume pushing down with you. It's all good. Let's follow the volume now, okay? Remember, we had those equal bottom lows. If we break those, we could naturally drop down to 44.05 down in here. Okay. So if it closes, guys, watch what I'm going to do. I tell you guys ahead of time so you guys can learn how to do this. If this black candle closes below here, that green zone, I'm going to flip it red. Because then if it comes back up with a dip buyer, buying it back up, maybe it gets retested there and then to continue to push down, okay? But I also look at the size of the wick as well. If it closes right near the low and there's no wick, it could open ignited bearish and continue pushing down, filling that wick and just dropping, okay? So now that it came down, it tested like this location right here. See where these bodies are? That body, that pivot. So it held right there, 4428. Okay, so here's the close. I'm going to assume it's going to close below there. Green to red. Okay, so if it opens blue, we look for a retest right by this red box, the 9 EMA. You can even bring your red box down to that 9 EMA if you like, just right down there. Okay, so far there's no retest up here yet. So we're right at that neckline. Like you can see the M pattern. One top, neckline, second top, okay? And then we have those equal bottom lows. So if it comes down here, it could drop down there and then come back up. Maybe we're looking for a retest of this, then the bigger drop. This blue candle could be the one that just comes right back up, but notice how it's still holding. Okay, so if I'm waiting patiently for a retest, you know, you got to tell yourself, you got to maybe continue to wait eventually for a retest there to continue to push down. Okay, it hasn't retested. Okay, so the sellers are here offering right now, right away. They're offering and they're bidding it down to continue to push it down. Okay, so there's a wick again at this red line. Now it's turning back up blue. Now it's coming back up again. Will it retest? Will it hold in here? Will it be a shallow lower high and then they continue pushing it down? Nicholas, you got 50 pips on that sell. Congrats, bro. Awesome. You're killing it tonight. Amazing. You went down a decent bit of money before the stream and now you're close to break even. Amazing, bro. Amazing. Good. And then once if you hit break even, call it a night, Nicholas. Go get some good sleep, rest. Join Dave tomorrow morning. I'll be post New York. We'll grab some trade setups, some signals, and tomorrow will be a profitable day. Okay, that's excellent. Good for you, man. Is there not a IFVG formed short maybe? Possibly, yeah. Yeah. We could be looking for that. Yeah, breaking down. Okay, but see now how it's still holding blue inside. This could be an inside bar. 3 minutes to go, so it's got still a lot of time to continue to push down. Okay, still holding that. Has not broke down yet. It's this inside bar consolidating in here. Spin top. It's just dancing around. Down, up, down, up. What's going on in the Discord, guys? What are you guys saying in here? Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, Scotty. Got some pips in there. Good job, boss. Good job, guys. Yeah, share your charts in the Discord. Share your charts. Oh, it's 11 a.m. for you. Oh, you're on the other side of the world, Nicholas. I thought you were here in North America with us. Amazing, Nick. I see those. Good trading. See how you turn the red into blue? Good recovery, man. That's amazing. That's what trading is all about. You start off the day, you have a rough start. It's how you finish. Good job, man. Guys, let's all, show Nick some respect right here. He was in drawdown today, and look at, came back to break even. So that's not easy to do for a trader, but that's excellent. Nick, I look at that as a winning day. Okay. I went through this earlier this morning myself. My first 2 trades were in profit, and then I wanted more, and then they ended up hitting my stop loss. Third trade got me to break even. And you see, I had another trade after that, profit, and 2 good trades tonight, profit. So a trader can bounce back with the right mindset, not revenge trading, Nick, not breaking your phone, not smashing your computer, taking a break, go to the gym. Like, guys, I have a gym in my garage. Anytime I want to relieve stress, I go in there, 30 minutes, have a good workout, and then come right back to the charts. Okay. Go for a walk, right? Just have some type of hobby that you enjoy. 30 seconds to go into this candle. So it came back, it retested, but it's just this inside bar inside here. So it could just consolidate in here, and then we continue dropping down. But it's not easy to break this zone down in here. It was retested right there, held. Equal bottom lows, held. Now we're building higher lows. So this could continue to come back up, right? Still has not broke down yet. Amazing. You're joining in all the way from Saudi Arabia. Stay safe over there. And you love the way how he explains. Sounds like a story. Yeah, trading is a story, right? I tell you guys all the time, the candlesticks represent the past, the present, and with high probability, with patience and discipline, you can predict where it's going to go in the future. I'm not saying you're going to predict every single move, but with high probabilities, you can predict high probable moves, trade with proper risk management. You're going to make money on a daily basis if you do that properly. Obviously, it takes years and years of practice, but that's what we're here to help you guys with, right? Okay, so now it's coming back up blue. Okay, if it closes back above here, then these buyers are doing their job. They're creating higher lows and they're bringing it back up here, which could continue to go up. But now you see we're just flagging inside here now. Okay, so we've got this flag where it's inside here. So you and I are smart. We know that gold is not going to just trade inside here all night. It might eventually make a way to come back up, or it's going to continue to go down and attempt to take out these tweezer bottom lows and advance further down. But could just barcode in here for a little bit, right? Christoph, thank you for joining. Have a great night. Go get some sleep. I know it's late for you in Europe. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Oh, man, Graham, hello, all the way from Barbados. Now you're making me jealous. I would love to be in the Barbados weather right now. Lucky you. Where's everybody from? Everybody in Zoom
everybody in YouTube. Where's everybody from? From Qatar, England. I'm from London, Ontario, Canada. London, the Forex capital of the world, not London, England, London, Ontario. We got Dubai, Ireland, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, India, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. I'm going to the Ghana-Panama game. I've got my Ghana jersey. June 16, Toronto. Ghana and Panama. I got my Ghana jersey, guys. I'll be representing. Yellow jersey. All of us. We're going. Amazing. Ghana has a sniper on their team. Where's everyone from in Zoom? Justin, USA. Yes, sir. Luis, Colombia. Nice. Lucy, London. Yep. Tony, Chi-Town. Amazing. Pennsylvania. Nicholas, Australia. Nice. Guys, look at, we got maybe continuation to the sell side. Okay. This might be my, if I take a third and final trade, this could be maybe looking for a sell side move. Pakistan, India, Kenya, Portugal. Nice, guys. Amazing. Everyone from all around the world. Alabama, beautiful. Jamaica. I love Jamaica. I go to Jamaica once or twice per year. I love it down there. Okay, so we got 2 more minutes. We're breaking down. Okay, I'm going to take the sell. I'm going in a sell. This is going to be my third trade. I'm just putting my stop loss above the red zone. So I'm looking to break down with this volume, with this 15-minute candle, to continue to break down. And I'm looking to come back down, take out those equal bottom lows, and maybe just drop down into here. So I'm in a sell with a very tight stop loss because I don't want to give back my profit in tonight's call. And I'm looking for maybe a third final continuation to push down. If I can get closing volume below here, then I might get a continuation. So I'm in a sell on this inside bar. Came up, retested this red zone twice, and now pushing down. So I'm looking for this 15-minute volume to continue to push down, fill these equal bottom low wicks, and break down in here. Tight stop loss, I told you guys, just right above the wick of this candle, like my other trade, and just above there, okay? Because I'm not risking my entire profit for today. Just if it comes back up, stops me out, I'm out. But looking to push down with this, okay? So 60 seconds to go into the close. Let's see if we can get this sell side volume continue with this futures market to really push down and fill those wicks, maybe break it down. But I need to get that black volume closing below these bodies, okay? Close below structure so I can build off of that. I'm in a sell, okay? And then just to measure, okay, measure. To fill those wicks would be about 60 pips. Okay, then I would go directly to a break even if it fills those wicks. To break down the bottom, again, an 80 pip trade right down to the bottom of the green box, and to break could be 100 pips. Okay, so here's the push down. Get ready. We're going into 30 seconds. Already dropping, filling those wicks. Keep an eye on those, the equal bottom lows. Okay, draw a red line, 4421. Okay, let's see if we get this push down. It's in good profit if you're looking for a quick scalp. That's 50 pips. Okay, break even, break even, break even, break even, break even, break even, break even. Let's have a good call. Okay, break even. Okay, break even. Came to the bottom right there. It filled. Okay, so it dropped. There's, you cut it in half. The cut is my entry. The cut is my entry. Okay, if I can get a quick rejection, that ignited body, and push down that. But I'm at a break even. Okay, and it drops 60 pips down. There it is. I'm closing out 80%. Boom. We got it, guys. We sniped 3 killer trades today. There it is. Oh, wow. Guys, we mopped up today's session. Okay, we literally mopped it up. Those all trades were minimal drawdown, 0, tight stop losses, and good for scalping. Those are good R&R. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I scalp normally for a 1-to-1. These are good, solid pips, guys. That's 100 pips down there. 140. Holy shit. Guys, I think we got 500 pips on today's call. Amazing. Amazing, guys. I'm out. Trade is done. 3 for 3, daily goal. I don't want to take a day off tomorrow because I want to be here with you guys. So we're going to do a post New York after Dave tomorrow. But guys, do you guys see like what I was waiting for? Okay, it retested the red box, got rejected. It was still a bullish candle. It came back up, got rejected. And then as it was coming down, that's it. Filled those wicks,
I got in a sell, stop loss just above the wick of this candle and push back down. I was looking for it to break those equal lows, which it did. That's when I took my stop loss to break even. And in the next candle, remember I cut in half was my entry, but shallow pullback, short wick, we filled it and we dropped. 100 plus pips, 140. If you're still holding runners, that yellow line, that's a big target, okay? So down there, you have to respect that. There's your 200 EMA, daily point of interest, and we're above that green box. And that's a 200 pip move. Then you see, look at guys, there's the double top breaking down. You know, patience, discipline pays. Look at this. Look at that. They faked the futures market open, that blue candle. It came back down, we flagged, and there's the double top drop coming down. Guys, if you're in, that's a full TP. Wow, we nailed it. Nailed it. Holy guys. Wow. Guys, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but hit the likes. If you had fun on tonight's call, subscribe to this channel. We had a shit ton of fun, man. I had a great time. Honestly, we killed it. Guys, our schedule tomorrow, come over here, live sessions. Guys, if you want to learn all this, we have all the education for you guys. Sign up. We have 50% off. Dave and I help you to get pips to pay your plans here, to pay your memberships. Okay, that's what we do here. Tomorrow, Dave is live, New York. If you guys like Colmex and Wall Street, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, join me, guys. I'll be back after Dave, post New York, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then Friday, we have an early market New York session, guys. Lots of blogs, free for everybody. Education, tons of education. Everything that I just did on today's call is taught to you guys through boot camps, courses, webinars, everything. It's all here for you guys. And we are big on mindset, psychology, and making money consistently and teaching you guys. We have an upcoming stock and options program. That's going to be exciting too. So guys, I'm out. That's it. We came, we saw, we conquered, we collected some pips. Some of you guys learned. Hopefully you guys are learning with a demo account how to do this. And excellent. So you see, I had a shitty morning, turned it into something positive. So that's what trading is, guys. I'm very transparent with you guys. I do everything live with you guys. There's no hiding. I show you guys where I enter, stop losses, profits, all these things. I break down every single trade. You guys know my psychology going in while I'm in a trade, getting out of a trade, everything, guys. So we did well tonight. So let's continue this momentum into tomorrow. Let's have another good session. And thanks, guys. I appreciate everyone. Everyone get some rest. Enjoy your evening. Thanks, everyone on Zoom. Thanks, everyone on YouTube that joined us. I appreciate all of you guys that are dedicated and late nights on here. Believe me, it will pay off for you guys. Trust me. It will pay off. So thank you, guys. Justin, have a great evening. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Rob, Tony. Have a good night, guys. Christoph, get some sleep. Thank you. Thank you. You killed it as well. Thank you, guys. You guys all did amazing. Amazing, guys. The market cooperated with us today, okay? So we got to be thankful the market cooperated because sometimes it can get very choppy. But today it moves very smooth and we took advantage of it. Three solid trades. Okay, guys? Have a great day. Thank you, guys. God bless. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. Leave a like and subscribe if you can, kindly. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you. Join Dave tomorrow morning and catch some tips tomorrow, guys. Have a great evening. Thanks, guys. Sergio, have a good night, guys. Welcome, Sergio Square. Have a good night, guys. See you guys. Nicholas, take care. Amazing. This call was dedicated to you, Nick. You did well. Congratulations, boss. Scotty, my man, thank you for joining. It's gonna be a war.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.